Alright everyone, so today I wanted to talk about what to spend your gems on this week in 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross Global, and we actually are just starting off a new week here, and we've got some new additions to the game, but we've also got some new additions to the game that you could spend your gems on, and I know it's a problem when we have a lot of things to spend your gems on. A lot of people have to start making those decisions of what do I spend my gems on, and then what's something that I can skip out on or maybe get later on, what's not going to be as high on that priority list. So that's exactly what I wanted to do today. Is I wanted to kind of go through a little bit of a priority list on, the options to spend gems this week, and what you might want to consider at the top of the priority list versus things at the bottom. So we do actually have a new banner here. We've got the Melascula's banner, not just Melascula, there's both of them in this banner, and I'm actually going to get back to this in just a second here, because I'm going to talk about the Melascula's banner, the Blue Lilia banner, but something that I wanted to talk about first, and what I would say is probably going to be at the top of most people's priority list, is not actually the new banner. It's not the old Blue Lilia banner, but it's something else, and we don't actually have the option to buy it quite yet. It will be out in exactly 1 week, but I want to explain why I would say this is at the top of the priority list for most people. Not everyone, of course, but most people, and that is costumes. So if we actually go to the costume shop here, you'll see, of course, they've got the Melascula's costumes out. We've still got the Temptation set for a week because the Blue Lilia banner, but we've also got this Honor and Scars Holy Knight set too. Now, I already have an entire video talking about this in detail, so I'm not going to really say too much on it. The thing I wanted to emphasize is why this is going to be at the top of most people's priority list. So right now, you can't buy these costume pieces for gems yet. You still have to spend real money on them. However, in 1 week's time, you'll be able to go back through all of these costumes in the Honor and Scars Holy Knight set, and instead of spending real money to get the entire set, you'll be able to get individual costume pieces for gems. And this is really important, especially like the #1 piece out of all these costumes to feature is Hauser's weapon, because it's got pierce rate, crit damage, it fits both the skills perfectly. It's a great weapon, but even if it's not just Hauser's weapon that you want to get, anything else, if there's just certain units you really like, you use a lot, you really want some of their individual costume pieces without having to spend real money, this is going to be at the top of most people's priority list, because I always like to say, if you know that you're going to get guaranteed value, if you're going to get something guaranteed by spending your gems and you do not have to rely on RNG, I would say for most people, that's going to be a pretty good deal, right? Like with banner summons, you have to rely on RNG. Pickup banners, you have to rely even more on RNG than step-up banners, but even step-up banners, like, you could get really unlucky with all of your actual pulls and only get the guaranteed step-up rewards, which is still really nice, but I still tend to lean more towards things that have guaranteed value and something you know what you're going to get. If I spend my gems, if I have 30 gems, I know I'm guaranteed going to get Hauser's weapon. Like, it's just a simple exchange of gems for what I'm getting. And that's really nice. That means there's not going to be any disappointment, and, it's going to be really useful for a long time to come. Who knows when it'll be before we get another opportunity to buy individual pieces, especially Hauser's weapons. So even if you guys don't use him right now, if you think there's any possibility you might use him in the near future, I would say, that's the #1 piece to really consider. But once again, anything from any of these costume sets will be up for grabs for gems. So now that I got that out of the way, that's probably going to be #1 on most people's priority list. Now let's actually go back to the banners, because we've got 2 of them right here. We've got the new one, which is the Melascula's banner, and it does have both Melasculas featured here, the blue and the red. Now, I believe the way that it works, and of course, we've already seen Global do things differently from JP, so do not take this 100%. They could do this a little bit differently, but I think the blue one gets added afterwards to the regular summoning pool, and then the red one gets added to the coin shop. So we've got that right there, and we also have the Blue Lilia banner still actually out for a week. Now, which banner to summon on? Obviously, a lot of people are going to want to summon on the Melascula's banner just because it's new. We've already had the Blue Lilia banner for a week, of course, so a lot of people are kind of summoned out on this one already. But something else to keep in mind is, what are your priorities in the game? And this is really going to be a determining factor for which of these 2 banners to, summon on for the first time, go back and resummon on the Blue Lilia banner. But, you know, an important thing, like, for example, is, are you a collector? And this is why I'm going to do at least some summons on the Melasculus banner anyway, is even though they might not be the most particularly used units, I'm sure a lot of YouTubers are still going to make videos saying, you know, the best new unit, you know, #1 in PvP, but, you know, that's just YouTube stuff. They're typically not the most used units in PvP and in the game. But if you are a collector, they are still, obviously, it's still going to be important, right? Like, for me, I only am missing a few units in the game here. You can see 2 of them are the new Melasculus that just got released, and I am a-okay with also missing I'm missing one of the Fat Kings, and I'm missing 1 Bond, and that's it right there. So I'm going to try to get them if I can, you know, that's kind of like, you know, gonna bump it up on the priority list for me because I am a collector. However, if you are not a collector and, you know, say you value getting the most out of your gems from summons as possible, then maybe the Melasculus banner, even though it's new and it just came out, maybe you'd actually rather just go back and do more summons on the Blue Lilia banner, because you have to keep in mind that the Melasculus banner, it is not a step-up banner, right? It is pickup. And the big distinction between step up and pickup is pickups, you have to fully rely on RNG even to get the new unit. So you could get really, really unlucky and summon hundreds or even 1,000+ gems and not get either of the Melasculus. It's unlikely at that point, but it could happen. You don't run into that problem with these step-up banners. You know, guaranteed, if I spend 242 gems exactly, I have a 100% chance of getting a Blue Lilia in return. Sure, I might get unlucky on all the actual summons, but at least I'm going to get a Blue Lilia. And then value, right? Like, this banner, the Blue Lilia banner, has absolute incredible value in so many other ways as well. So just taking out, even if you take out Blue Lilia, you know, look at this. You've got a 1-gem multi on step 2. You've got a 1-gem multi on step 7. Guaranteed SSR on step 5. You've got the loyalty rewards as well. SSR pendants, anvils, chalices, and even a green Lilia that you get at 150 loyalty points as well. And then taking a look at the units, you can see here that there's some very, very good units on the Blue Lilia banner. Blue Demon Meliodas, I know Escanor is in here, I believe also Valenti. It's just a fantastic banner all around, and it could very well be a while before we see another banner like this with just so much value jam-packed in it. Who knows, maybe Netmarble will prove me wrong. But, you know, like, if that's kind of your #1 goal and collections and getting every unit is not as high of a priority, I wouldn't feel too bad about not having the Melasculus in terms of, like, their power and usefulness, if that makes sense. Collection, sure, go for it. But in terms of, like, not having them because they're, you know, you feel like they are the best, I wouldn't worry about that as much. I would say, for value's sake, consider going back to the Blue Lilia banner. Now, another thing to keep in mind is with the Melasculus banner, you know, taking a look at the other units, there are some good other units here. We do have Blue Demon Meliodas here. I actually didn't get a very good look at this here. I see Red Helbram. That's probably not as important for other people, but I really want to get a couple extra copies. We do also have Escanor here as well. So there are still some very, very good units, but also keep in mind that you've got 2 units that are rate up, which is both a good thing and a bad thing, right? Obviously, if we didn't have both the Melasculus have this 0.5% rate up, it would be much more difficult in order to get them both. But that also means that because the actual pull rate for SSRs is 3%, and you have 2 units that are featured with a 0.5% rate up, what that does is that kind of takes away percentage chances from pulling all the other units. So, specifically, if you are looking for non-featured units, right, then actually going back to the Blue Lilia banner might be even a little bit better, because, you know, you still have that 3% chance of getting an SSR, but because Blue Lilia is the only rate up featured unit, you now have a 2.5% chance to pull all the other featured units rather than only a 2% chance to pull all the non-featured units from the Melasculus banner. And don't forget as well to kind of add onto it, when you average out the cost of the summons for the Blue Lilia banner with the 1-gem multis, it's only about 24 gems per multi instead of the 30 gems per multi that you are spending on the Melasculus banner. But, of course, you do not get the pity gauge for the step up because you have that guaranteed SSR on step 5. So, you know, there's definitely pros and cons to all of this stuff, and that's why with this video I really wanted to give you guys as much detail about all these different things to spend gems on, because obviously depending on what your priorities are in game, you know, things might be a little bit different. And to end it off, I'll just tell you guys what the priority list is going to be for me. Now, if I had not already spent real money on the costume for Hauser, then that absolutely would have been number 1. Going back to that idea of guaranteed value. I know I'm spending gems and I'm going to get something in return. So I would definitely have this be number 1. In fact, I might actually still go back and I might buy like 1 or 2 things for Gila, even though she's not really used a whole lot, just because I do use her for farming and they do look cool. So I might do that, maybe even for, I don't know about Guild Thunder, I'll think about it, but that guaranteed value, that's going to be number 1 for me. And then number 2 is going to be going to the Melascula's banner and doing at least a few summons, just because I'm a collector and I want to at least try to get them. And if I don't get them after, you know, a couple hundred gems or so, I'll probably do at least, you know, 1 more rotation on the Blue Lilia banner before it disappears, because I only need 2 more copies of her to get her 6/6. I got really lucky, by the way, so I didn't do as many summons as you might thought of, but I did get very lucky. So, and then, you know, depending on my luck, I might go back to the Blue Melascula banner. But, you know, that gives you a rough sense of what I'm doing. I've kind of told you guys what my goals are. I'm not as crazy into PvP as some people are. So, you know, these things might be a little bit different for you. But hopefully you'll be able to make that decision a bit easier with the video today. So if you guys enjoyed and you want more videos like this and it helped out, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave a quick like as well. It means more than you can imagine, so thank you so much to all of you who decide to do that. And more 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross Global videos should be popping up on the screen right about now. Feel free to check them out, but if not, until next time, take care everyone, and this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.